everyone, it's Moonlight Mason coming at you with my 2 cents on this drama that's going on with Shane Dawson. I hope I keep it to Shane and I don't, if I go off towards someone else, excuse me, I really just want to keep this to Shane Dawson right now. All I want to say is one important thing that I always think about when I see these clips, and I've seen so many clips and so many channels talking about Shane Dawson and on being the P word. So my biggest concern is that we as a community are absorbing all of these negative things, and they're horrible, justifiably so. My question is, what are we going to do about it? So how do we go forward with this information? I want us to stop thinking about regurgitating this information to each other over and over. I think enough has been said. I think that Shane Dawson himself has implicated himself. But how do we go forward? If we don't go forward, and now I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, you guys, who's going to report this? How is it going to be reported? Has it already been reported to YouTube? Is YouTube doing anything about it? I know that I've been watching like Sanders Kennedy, and he did make a video. The last one I watched, he made a video on Target removing his books. But what about in a general sense? How are we going forward with this? I want everyone to realize that if nothing happens, with the authorities somehow, some way, then maybe Shane Dawson will disappear from, YouTube, will disappear from social media. I mean, I don't know if he's already has attorneys on this. It's that being the P word is incurable. At least that's what they say. Once you're like that, there's nothing really that any scientist, any doctor, anyone can do to reverse that sickness in the mind. And so if we don't do anything, he will continue to do this. He can't control it. He can't say, I'm not going to do this anymore. That's not possible with this kind of an illness or disease or personality trait, however else we want to call it, the P. You can't just say, oh, well, I'm just going to go into therapy, or I'm just going to go do this, because it's in the privacy of his home. It's on his computer. He's admitted to a lot of this. So now what? That's all I want to know is, how do we go forward? Who is going to take this to the next level? We don't see any victims coming forward, obviously, because they're little children. And many of the children, if you'll notice, is like, wasn't that his niece? That one clip with that was his niece or something. So, how, I don't understand. I need you guys to think of a way on how we're going forward and how we're going to actually make sure that this doesn't happen to any more little girls, little boys, babies, that none of them are abused. None of them are manipulated. None of them are used. These are all of our children that we need to protect. And I would just like to know, how is this going to go forward and stop? How are we going to stop him? Again, he can stop doing social media, but he's on his own, and this behavior will perpetuate. Every time that I thought that I've seen all there is to see, when I get on Twitter, hashtag Shane Dawson, or when you go anywhere, there's so much more. There's so many more clips. I think it was like his whole Shane Dawson TV channel. And all of these little children, like Isa always comes up, whoever she is, so many likes. And I think that's because their mind isn't developed enough to know the difference between what is cute and funny and what has some real danger behind their intentions. And he doesn't see this Shane Dawson doesn't see how dangerous it is. He doesn't understand what he's doing, because if he did, he would never put it out in public. Like I said, he's implicated himself with the P word. Most P people do not put it out in public. Most P people know that you can go to jail for this, that this is, a horrible offense, and they hide it. But here we have someone who doesn't even know better, doesn't know that, and has publicly displayed it, and yet YouTube, who supposedly reviews videos, right? Is it for children? Isn't it for children? What happened? What happened to that? No one's talking about why was all this allowed on a platform. So let me know your thoughts on this. I'm disgusted, as many of you are, and just looking forward. I am seriously looking forward to what's going to happen to implicate him and anyone else who is abusing and using children, innocent children. I think that what he has done is absolutely disgusting. I couldn't even think of half of the things that he's done. Well, I can't think of 90% of the things he's done. I could never even think of those things. So I think that in itself, that if you first think to do any of these things that I don't need to mention, and then you carry them out with people around you in podcasts, with the friend, whatever, and they're trying to stop you. They're trying to say, I wouldn't go further with this. I don't say anything. And you continue. That just shows you that Shane Dawson doesn't even realize that what he's thinking and what he's doing is wrong, is morally wrong. It's a crime. He doesn't even see that. Maybe he sees it now, but he's certainly not coming out and saying, this is a crime, blah, 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 blah. So I feel like it's the end for him on YouTube and social media, but my concern is, where will he go from here? Who will he further victimize if it's not taken to the proper authorities? Leave your comments below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.